All right. Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and in my last video, I was absolutely bamboozled. I was sent a clip right here of someone shooting an infinite xenophage, and I was told that this was an example of net limiting, and so I made a video talking about it, and apparently I was wrong, and the cheating community is very upset with me, okay? They're very upset with me because it's important that you categorize cheating, like hard cheats, differently from net limiting. It's very necessary that you categorize them appropriately or they will get very upset at you apparently. And clearly I don't use either of these. I don't use net limiting or cheating, so I didn't really know what the difference was. In today's video we'll actually review some different footage to explain to you the actual difference. So if you want to know, and if you don't want to get roasted on Twitter or elsewhere, you can do that. I wasn't the only one that's been bamboozled recently though, and I wanted to talk a little bit about this. Sweatcicle had a really good video that I just recently watched called I Was Wrong, where he talks about how in the King's Fall raid, there was the now infamous cheater clip where someone was firing infinite golden gun shots, and Sweatcicle accused them of net limiting, when in fact that would be hard cheating. Net limiters cannot fire infinite xenophage, infinite golden gun shot. They can, however, fire a wither horde or anarchy, and it can do infinite damage over time. A very key difference, and make sure not to mix the two up. Don't mix up cheating with net limiting, because the net limiters have a much higher sense of integrity apparently, and they don't like to hold themselves at the same standard as those lowly cheaters that use hard cheats with their infinite xeno, infinite golden guns. They themselves have so much more integrity with their infinite anarchy ticks and their infinite wither horde, and they're making bosses stay stationary for way longer than intended. So if you see clips like this circulating around, someone able to fire a 1000 RPM xenophage, know that that's hard cheating. And if you see clips like this as an example of net limiting, I'm not sure if you're using anarchy or wither horde in this instance, but you can see it has kind of a similar effect where it's just doing an absolutely absurd amount of damage and basically one-phasing bosses when you obviously shouldn't be. I mean, this is not how anarchy or wither horde is meant to function. So the end result is the same whether you're using hard cheats or net limiting, but the process to get there is a bit different. Which brings up a pretty valid point that if someone has never done either of these, they've never net limited or cheated, and the fact that they can hardly distinguish the difference. I mean, now I can see the difference. Damage over time weapons do more, and weapons like xenophage golden guns can fire infinitely, but the end result is the same, and it's hard to very distinguishably differentiate from hard cheating to net limiting. Let me know your thoughts about this down below. Like I mentioned before, I did take this poll, and I believe it was botted, so a lot of people actually put no, it's not cheating in there. But even before that, I think it was about an 80-20 split. I could do the poll over again. But the larger issue at hand here is, can Bungie respond to this? Will Bungie respond to this? And what are your thoughts as a community? Do you find net limiting to be cheating and an actual problem for the game? One thing that I have tackled in the past was win trading in trials, and I received a ton of flack for that. A lot of people were utilizing a win trading method in order to get flawless, and it got a ton of people flawless illegitimately. And when I made a video talking about it, I mean, we could all agree that that's not really the right way to go flawless, right? But so many people sent me so much backlash and so much hate because they were profiting off of it. I mean, they were able to get their first and a bunch of flawlesses off of this win trading method. So because people profit off of it, they choose to give a ton of backlash, a ton of flack, and a ton of hate to anyone that speaks negatively towards it. For example, as I begin to speak negatively towards net limiting, I see a ton of backlash, a ton of hate and harassment across all social media, because people are doing this to kill a variety of different raid bosses inside the game right now. And myself and Sweatcicle and others putting a spotlight on it basically is taking away their fun. They want to continue to be able to cheat or exploit, whatever you want to categorize this. They want to be able to continue to do that in the game for as long as they can. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed. Smash the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Later.